Well, it seems that the story that I broke out yesterday about AEW's NDA situation, it has escalated. And we said we were going to give you guys the follow-up if anything happens. And, well, here we are. What up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Red Ace Talks, a show that we talk about everything and anything. Right before we get to the topic, I just want to remind you, if you do like the episode, please subscribe, hit the like button, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Also, hit the little bell icon, that way you're notified about future Red Ace production videos, such as music videos, chunk reviews, and of course, you guessed right, more episodes of Red Ace Talks. And before we get to the topic, I just want to remind everybody, I hope you had a great holiday yesterday. I hope you have a happy new year. But if you're still in the Christmas mood, we have the Chug Review. New episode. If you have not checked it out, please check it out. The link is down below in the description. We are making a show about chugging beer or alcohol and rating it. It's been out for years, actually, way before Red Ace Talks. So give it a watch, because YouTube, the algorithm, likes to hide that show. Anyways, without further ado, thank you guys so much. Let's get on with it. And yes, thank you guys again. Once I talked about AEW's NDA situation with Chris Jericho and CM Punk's lawyer, the views are still going up. And yeah, there is more to this story. And honestly, it just makes Chris Jericho look like an idiot, because he is bringing in not only drama, but exhibits, Exhibit A, as CM Punk's lawyer would say. Well, what am I talking about? Well, we're going to look at this, because he didn't respond to Jim Cornette. Because Jim Cornette did, we did post that Jim Cornette talked about, this little quip dissing Chris Jericho. But it gets worse for Jericho, because when Jericho said that he never signed the NDA, and, of course, CM Punk's lawyer said that whoever was in the room, everybody in the room, I should say, signed the NDA, except for Ace Steel's wife. She's the only one that did not sign the NDA, but everybody else in that room, involved in that whole brawl out between CM Punk, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Ace Steel. I'm pretty sure Christopher Daniels, because he was in that room too, I'm pretty sure he signed the NDA as well. But Chris Jericho claims he was in that room and he didn't sign the NDA. So, of course, the lawyer was trying to tell him that it's in your employee handbook about the ethics and about the whole NDA situation, because every company has it. And Jericho, of course, just to reiterate, that says, I don't adhere to any employee handbook and have never had one in 4 years of working in AEW. I've also never signed an NDA in my life. Well, CM Punk's lawyer wrote, "Thank you, Chris. We will just attach this tweet as Exhibit A. Merry Christmas." Because this court battle is still going on, the legal case between AEW and CM Punk. And, of course, Ace Steel, because he's representing both of them. So Chris Jericho kind of put not only himself, but AEW in a pickle. But there was also, I also mentioned in the last video that things are changing backstage with AEW. Things are changing with the whole fact people behind the scenes are now leaving AEW. And one of them was, I believe, was Matt Jackson's wife. She was in charge of the merchandising. Which, by the way, I think of merchandising. I heard the fans actually responded to my little Christmas joke. So I figured I would give you guys a picture. Just in case if you had AEW Fight Forever for Christmas, I feel really sorry for you. One fan actually wrote, "Cole is greater than AEW Fight Forever," because that game is garbage. And hopefully you get a gift card, your money back, or something, because that is a rotten gift to get from a beloved family member, and I feel bad. But getting back to the whole story, reason why I brought that up, because it's merchandising, so I kind of want to put that little joke in. Anyways, so she is leaving, but according to Dave Meltzer, the reason why she's leaving is because of CM Punk. Yes, this whole thing revolves around CM Punk. I am not kidding you. We are going to read right now to you what Dave Meltzer has said in regards to Dana Macy, I believe. I could be saying that last name wrong. I do apologize. But the reason why because according to him, AEW is not the one that got rid of her. She left. AEW wanted to re-sign her, but she would not sign the contract due to quote-unquote loyalty that AEW is refusing to give the Young Bucks because of the whole CM Punk situation. I am not kidding you. Being reported from Wrestling Observer Radio, this is from Dave Meltzer himself, the guy who loves to be on the AEW side, giving them 5-star ratings for every single match that they're in or they produce. Dana Macy is one of the 2 executives departing AEW, and speculation about her departure is making the rounds. On the latest edition of Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer, Uncle Dave, said that she wanted to remain in the job. However, the resentment towards her husband, Matt Jackson, and his sibling, tag partner, by some others of the wrestling community has made it difficult. Furthermore, it's believed that ex-AEW star CM Punk went after her in an Instagram post, possibly as a response to his beef with the Young Bucks. Let me just point that out that I have not seen any, nobody has reported about this Instagram post, so it has to be like a private matter if it did happen, but we'll get to that story in a little bit. So with her, I think it's just got too tough. I'm sure there's other things too, but that was a lot of it. The fact that she felt they were never defended at a time when they probably should have been defended by the company. There was the situation where CM Punk went after her too, and she was never defended either. Macy, like I said, I do apologize for, if I mispronounced that last name, has been AEW's Chief Marketing and Merchandising Officer since 2019, a role that saw her work on items of the company that could sell to fans and consumers, hence the joke about Fight Forever. Punk previously took to Instagram and poked fun at a typo on clothing item ROH Death Before Dishonor, noting that he wasn't shocked by the mistake, presumably due to who was involved in overseeing its production. Meltzer believes that this is an example of a moment in AEW that made life tough for Macy. Jackson also commented on his wife's departure, thanking her for all of her hard work and remaining positive in a quite thankless role. He also claimed that she left the job on his own. Well, she left the job on her own terms. That's, I think, they meant to say, suggesting that she wasn't let go. And yes, we are reporting that she was not let go. It was her decision to leave. Now, how crazy is this? How crazy? Especially with the fact that Dave Meltzer brought this whole thing up. Well, it has a negative effect on fans, and this is what we're going to talk about. And that is the fans are thinking that CM Punk, because remember, this whole topic between Chris Jericho and now Dana Macy, it revolves around CM Punk in general. And the fans, well, they have spoken. They're still obsessed with him over there. Fans react as CM Punk seemingly gets blamed for the AEW exit of Matt Jackson's wife. One guy wrote, Punk has been fired, been on television for a few months, joined the WWE, became the biggest star in the company, and they're still obsessed with him over there. That's the tweet they wanted to highlight on this article, being reported by Sportskeeda, I should say. CM Punk returned to pro wrestling after 7 years and has made his AEW debut on the second episode of Rampage in Chicago. However, his run in Jacksonville promotion was filled with controversies, which we have talked about over and over again on the show. Of course, this is just a little reiteration of what happened with the brawl out, and I believe the All In situation, which led to his firing from Tony Khan. So we're just going to skip all this. But recently, All Elite's Wrestling's Chief Marketing and Merchandising Officer, Dana Macy, decided not to renew her contract, leading to a speculation over the reasons behind her departure. Reports have suggested that public criticism from controversial wrestler CM Punk towards Macy's husband, Matt Jackson, and his tag team partner, Nick Jackson, may have been the final straw, according to the wrestling journalist Dave Meltzer, which we just discussed. So we're going to skip that. But the tweet referencing, what Punk did. But the whole point is that while Matt Jackson has been diplomatic regarding his wife's departure, emphasizing that it was her choice, fans have been less forgiving online. Many reacted angrily at what they perceived as petty drama pushing valued talent out of AEW. As you can see from when I'm scrolling down, you got Punk Paranoia is going to be the downfall of AEW. Punk has been fired, been on television for a few months, joined WWE. Oh, we read that already, so we'll skip that. I do apologize. They should have put that in the top, honestly, so I could definitely skip it. But anyways, between Jericho's drunk NDA rambling, which we should discuss, and this company continues to look embarrassing, vilified, the elite, did they not see what they did to Punk? They were allowed on TV to take the piss. Honestly, a lot of people employed by AEW are going to learn the hard way by billionaires don't normally throw money around. They just they got lucky, and WWE don't want the bucks, LOL. They rolled Cabana out the week after Punk was fired, like he was locked in a prison, and did a victory lap at a TV taping. I remember seeing that. And this goes on and on and on and on. But there also calls for Punk to be more responsible in AEW. Underneath the outrage lies a genuine concern for AEW's international culture. Macy's resignation has spotlighted the need for professional boundaries and support amidst public criticism within the company. For all this popularity, there are calls for Punk to be more responsible within his words, considering his status in AEW. Fans are demanding a less toxic environment where a conflict between wrestlers does not negatively impact other employees. Also, fans are in favor of CM Punk as some way. He has already left All Elite Wrestling and joined WWE months ago. Though the exact same reasons remain uncertain, most agree that Macy's resignation represents a turning point. Her departure is a wake-up call, highlighting issues of public criticism and lack of support that need to be addressed as All Elite Wrestling moves forward. Following this backstage controversy, all eyes turn to its leadership, which I have been talking about, and I'm going to end it with this, which is fans are watching closely to see what steps are taken. The faster balance between the personal and professional unity over division. Macy's exit shows that change is needed to build on AEW where talent and employees feel respected and protected. And like I said, I'm going to end with this, is that this is all Tony Khan. Tony Khan is not a boss. He is a fanboy who has endless pockets of money, pays these wrestlers that he wants, but there is no management. He tries to hire other wrestlers to be the managers, like the inmates running the asylum, that whole shtick that everybody likes to talk about, and it's being that phrase, I should say, is being thrown around. I do apologize. Thrown around so many times when it comes to AEW, because it is ridiculous. Because when you're hearing that Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, they were in charge of they were the EVPs, but yet they were still wrestling. The only time a wrestler is supposed to be EVP is when that wrestler's retired, when he works backstage, like the Dean Malenkos, or so on and so forth. I mean, the Mark Henry ain't wrestling anymore. Big Show, he should have been not an EVP, but he should have been like a road manager or something like that, because his days are done as well. I'm talking about old retired wrestlers that can teach these young wrestlers, which, by the way, that was another reason why CM Punk was frustrated within this company, because the young wrestlers didn't want to listen to, the older wrestlers within, highlighted spots, performing promos, you name it, the indie darlings, as they like to call themselves, didn't want to listen for the masters, what people consider the masters. And I know people are going to make fun of this video, like, oh, you consider CM Punk the master? No, but there's other wrestlers, like Dean Malenko, I consider a master. Hell, everybody should be listening to Dean Malenko. So that I would put it as an example, not CM Punk, but definitely Dean Malenko. CM Punk, like I said, he should have offered advice, but when they said no, he should have backed down and not take it personal. But he did take it personal. That was on CM Punk. But now this whole situation is going beyond Punk. Punk is gone from the company. He hasn't talked about the company. He signed the NDA, as his lawyer said, and now you have Chris Jericho look like an idiot because he says, I was backstage and what I saw was disgusting, but I didn't sign no NDA. So it made AEW look like fools, because he's talking kind of about what happened, describing it in a way, like bringing it up, even though CM Punk never really brought it up, because, like I said, the NDA. situation. You got, management changing hands backstage because something's going on. Something's going on. I mean, you got QT Marshall leaving. My thoughts of QT Marshall leaving is because he wants to join Cody Rhodes within WWE, which is not going to happen. I can see QT Marshall working at NXT with Shawn Michaels, maybe as a thing with Cody Rhodes. Maybe they can use Cody Rhodes' school to affiliate with NXT because Cody Rhodes is getting so deep within WWE as the top guy. You have other people leaving, within the company. And I think it's the fourth person that that they talked about leaving the company. But they're all in management roles, marketing or trading, stuff like that. Stuff that AEW really needs. And I'm pretty sure they're going to hire people to replace these other, individuals that left. But the whole point is that something is going on. I'm pretty sure we're all going to find out exactly the nitty gritty. It's funny how the brawl out, the biggest thing that happened, the biggest black eye that happened in AEW. And this seems like that movie Beer Fest, where the guy kept punching himself in the eye to remind himself and give him the motivation to defeat the German army. The German team. I do apologize. The German team, in the Beer Fest. And that's what this reminds me of. It's like a black guy keep getting punched over and over and over again. It's something. I know this video was a little lengthy, but there's a lot of stuff that happened. I wanted to cover it, and I wanted to put my own 2 cents into it. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in, and also sticking around for this long if you have. Until next time, guys, I will do my best to see if there's any follow-ups, and I will post it. But, again, until then, I'm going to leave you with that. For the past and the present, for the future, thank you guys so much again. You guys are awesome. You guys are the reason why Redis Productions is, gaining steam. Keep it brutal, guys. Stay safe, stay tuned, and see you later.